Feedback. Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton.
And I am Thabiti Mpinga.
Inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
A positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
And take us along with you. Feedback, feedback, feedback. And take us along with you. Man, oh man, we have WHPR on demand on, is it YouTube? You know, I am not a techie. I don't pretend to be, but I'm so glad that you all have tuned in. And on the Rapidaires, we're at 15.2. On Comcast Cable Xfinity, we're at 90. And I would like you to help us spread this word to others so that they too can tune in. I want to say good morning. Good morning to Rosa, and good morning to Sister Fedora, and to Derek, and to Ron, and to Charlene. And I want to let everybody know that tomorrow, since Vera McGee has had the loss of her brother, Murphy McGee, the funeral is at Swanson's Funeral Home on the east side. That's East Grand Boulevard at Mac. Family hour and gathered at 10 a.m., and the funeral is to follow. There's viewing today between 3 and 6. We send our sympathies and prayers out for Vera, who actually lost her sister last year. And we pray that God's strength will help her to pull through the kind of grief that goes on when it's not just one family member, but two in so short a period of time. The videos, is someone you want to say hey to?
Yes, first I want to give my...
And Easter Monday, as they say. Easter Monday, the day after Easter. Weather's beautiful outside. Sun shiny. And if you got something that must be done, and it can only be done by the one, well, there's nothing more for me to say, except by saying it's a lovely day. The numbers here, 868-4336 and 868-0351. You remember those numbers, they should be on the screen. If you have something that you want to share, please feel free and share it. And you know, this past weekend was very nice. I attended a play, and the play was really good. It was interesting, from a guest that we had on, and the play was about putting Satan on trial. But it was very good. I enjoyed it very much, and those around me enjoyed it as well. And actually, I'm hearing that they may be having plays on a monthly basis at that location, which is 8801 Woodward. I think the corner of the street is Gladstone. I believe that's what it is, corner of the street. But in the meantime, something to think about and write down. And oh, it just hit me. Tax season is upon us. And the 15th of April is the magic day. One exception, though, this year is that when the 15th of April comes on the weekend, Saturday or Sunday, the deadline is moved to the following week. So I tend to think that the deadline now would be today. Well, next Monday. Next Monday. Next Monday should be the 17th of April. Well, whatever. And my understanding also is that if you need to put it off, ask for an extension, that's acceptable. But if you think you're going to owe some money, if you anticipate that, the IRS is expecting you to apply for an extension and provide the money that you expect to spend. I think that's interesting. But anyway, my co-host, what do you think about this tax issue?
Well, it happens every year, so
No,
we're
that's
definitely
right.
used to it.
Oh,
That's
yes,
for
yes.
sure. And I'm just glad you guys had a good time at the play. You know,
Yes.
we had a Sister Elena Williams, the niece of Minister Elrita Dodds, on a couple of weeks ago to talk about the
Right.
trial.
Right. It was
And great. His name of the church is Breakers Covenant Church International, right there, 8801 Woodward. And like Sister Broden said, hey, they're going to be trying to put on plays, monthly. And you said it was a decent turnout. People came out, showed the love, and it's fun, when you got something to do on a Saturday, especially in April. Ain't much happening in April. And
right. And they had gentlemen in the parking lot to assist those who needed assistance, which is really nice.
now that's classy.
Nice as well. Very, very.
And that's what we're about, We just want to see some classy, professional things going on in our community. Do it the right way.
Yes.
And that's what's
And
happening.
you shouldn't have to go 26, 30 miles, 35 miles away from home to find something that you can enjoy.
Exactly.
So it was very positive, and the people there enjoying themselves as well.
Indeed. And the tax piece, my thing is I got my own accountant, and I recommend folks, if you're going to get somebody, get an accountant. Tax preparers, they just prepare your taxes. And the accountant's going to go over everything with you, and they're going to explain to you your best course of action. And, in some cases, like my accountant, he'll say, look, I'm married, so say, let's see if it's a better idea to file separately or joint this year. So, that's what you want. You want all your options on the table.
Right.
And really, that's what you're paying for, Ms. Broden.
Exactly.
To get the best deal, because the government, whatever you file, they're going to want it.
Yeah, right. As much as they can steal.
Right. So if
as
you
much
miss
as
out
they
on
can
some of them
steal.
deductions, that's going to be your fault.
Right.
You can't go back later and say, hey, wait a minute.
Guess what? Oh, no, I saw this. No, too late.
Too late.
Too late. But anyway, we have a guest coming at 9:30. And in the meantime, there have been some issues in the media. First, the most positive issue is about the fact that Renaissance High School won the chess championship
Yes.
in the United States. Not just winners in Detroit, not just winners in Wayne County, not just winners in the state of Michigan. They were the top winners in these United States of America.
Yes.
Renaissance High School chess champions. Whew. I was
Okay.
just so excited, and maybe me more than anybody because I play chess. But nevertheless.
Yes, indeed. And I went to Renaissance and got kicked out. But
Oh, no.
nonetheless, I was part of the first class at Renaissance High School, the class of 79 that came in. And I graduated in 83, so I was the first full class of students at Renaissance High School. And my good friend Victoria Edwards, who we've had on the show, that does the etiquette training, folks, she sent this to me and posted. I posted it yesterday, and I posted it on our page. It says she's a proud alumni of Detroit Renaissance High School, and the chess team is the 2023 National Chess Champion.
Yes.
Out of 407 students
Whew.
and 67 teams in the division, the
Woo.
Renaissance High School chess team won #1.
67 teams.
Who said
Whoa.
we don't know how to play nothing but checkers?
Hey, I know that's right. That is so much to be proud of,
It
you know.
is.
And I know that most of our basketball teams, baseball teams, have African American players. And I do know that there was the team we talked about that won before, football team, and they are made up of scholars.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just want you to know that chess players are all scholars.
Definitely.
Anyway, there's other stuff in the news, like Mississippi, and then what happened in Texas. That is the. I just don't understand how one man can kill another man. A white guy killed a man. Now, my understanding of the story may be different. I don't know, but the story that I heard about was a white guy murdered another white guy and shot him with a AR-15 because he was married to a black woman. Okay, now he was caught, tried, convicted, all of that. Then the governor of Texas says, "You all go through all your process, and I will let him out." Governors have the right to.
Yeah, they can pardon you, just like the president.
Can you imagine that? He's gonna pardon a murderer? Whew. Anyway, that's Texas for you. Then we had Mississippi. Lord have mercy.
I can't keep up with Mississippi.
Mississippi.
I mean, they just want to split the capital in two and have the black side of Jackson and the white side of Jackson.
Yeah, and so that's what, and as large as that state is, going from the Gulf of Mexico all the way up to almost Lake Michigan, isn't it? They only have approximately 2 million people in the whole state. All of that land mass, just 2 million people. 2 million might sound like a lot until you look at the size of the state of Mississippi.
Well, right now, and I said this back in 2014 when we were talking about, because that was like another watershed moment during the midterms, and Republicans, solidified their place in the House of Representatives, and Obama was still in office, and they were putting a lot of heat on him. And we were talking about black folks were like, look, by 20 more years, people of color are going to be the majority between the Hispanics and the black people and other people of color. And I said then, they just going to blow this whole thing up. Before they allow people of color to run this country, they're going to blow the whole thing up. And that's exactly what they've done. That's what they're doing. Well, we saw that in Tennessee with those state representatives.
Well, we're going to get to that. But listen, what's going on is the recruiting of white people from Ukraine and additional white people from Afghanistan. It seems to me that that's an answer to the color concern. They want to bring in more white folk. Oh, no, they are coming. And to the state of Michigan, we have people being brought here from Ukraine and from Afghanistan. Oh, yeah.
Well,
right here in the state of Michigan.
Everybody want to be white anyway.
Yeah, well,
just be honest. I mean,
not everybody.
No, honestly, they get here, and that's how you prove that your nationality or your ethnicity can, what? You're going to integrate into this system. So you say, okay, I don't like the black folks either. So you get an Indian guy that's running for president that says, we don't need affirmative action, and black folks ain't qualified for anything either, so they don't need to even have jobs. This is what you get from these people. Even Africans come over here, and what do they say? Well, we smarter and more industrious than them black Americans. Give us the jobs and the scholarships. So they say, okay, cool, we'll give them to the Africans. Give us the jobs in the movies and things. So now you got a lot of Africans in the movies portraying black people and portraying Dr. King and portraying all of our people out here that are what? That are people that are honorary ancestors that we know that got things done. So you got an African guy who played with Fred Hampton. I mean, let's just be real about this. You come here, and I mean, Dr. Neely Fuller says it all the time. If you don't understand racism, everything else you think you know will only confuse you. So black folks are always going around saying, I don't know why they do this. What's going on? And I don't know this. You know what it is. It's racism. That's what it is. They want you to think the black folks ain't done nothing.
Right.
We opened the door for all these people to get over here. These people that start coming to what, 1965. And the reason they started coming is because they changed the act of immigration. They changed the Immigration Act, which was changed in 1924 because the Ku Klux Klan said, we don't want all these immigrants coming over here unless they're from Europe. And that stuck. People don't know the history of what we've been through. Right. This country is still controlled by the racist element.
Yeah.
And that's the reality.
And then when it gets you to Nashville, Tennessee, you really see it.
Exactly.
There were 3 legislators who chose to support the young people who weren't even talking about racism. They were talking about gun control. They were talking about the 6 people who had been murdered. They were talking about 3 of the 6 people who were 9 years old. That's what they were there for. And these 3 legislators, 2 happen to be African-American males, 27 years of age, and 1 was a European-American female. They didn't give her age. At least I haven't heard her age. But anyway,
like the older sister.
Well, the 3 of them were in support of the young people who had come before the legislature to talk about gun control, to talk about 3 little 9-year-olds being murdered. 3 9-year-olds being murdered. 3 9-year-olds. And then when those 3 legislators joined in with the young people, oh man, the racism just reared its ugly head. And they came, what do you mean controlling guns? Around here, what, have you lost your mind? Oh no, we will have none of that. And therefore we will put all of you on notice. And then they finally decided to put 2 of them out of their office, which happened to be the 2 African-American males, 27 years of age. Very articulate, by the way. And the young white girl was not removed at all from anywhere. No way, no how.
Yeah.
So when she was interviewed and asked what she thought about the process and why does she think that the 2 young men were removed and she was not. And she just admitted it flat out. It was racism.
Now, the sister, she's 60 years old, named Representative Gloria Johnson. She's a 60-year-old white woman. And she did state that the other 2 gentlemen, for certain, were expelled because of racism. Now, what hurt me was the minority whip for the House is a black woman down there in Tennessee. And she came out and said, I don't want to say it's racism. And see, this is what we keep dealing with, black people. We keep giving them this schizophrenia, these mixed signals. Like, it might be racism. No, I don't want to say that. Because we know, what do the white folks always say? It can't be racism. It ain't always racism, man. Look, we know most of the time it's racism. If it's 2 people involved, black and white, and something that's not supposed to happen happens, it's got a lot to do with the power struggle. And more than likely it's because some white person said, hey, I want this black guy out of here, or I want this black woman out of here. And then they go and find somebody to say, I don't think it's like that. Black people going to have to quit that. We really are. If we going to sit up here and say we want reparations, we want to be respected, we got to all be on the same page about some things. I mean, we can disagree about something, Miss Broughton, but it's just something. Like we always comparing ourselves to the Jews, and we know the Jews will have nothing. You can't say a word about the Holocaust because they all on the same page when it comes to the Holocaust. We got to be steadfast like that when it comes to racism, slavery, Jim Crow, all of this stuff. We got to be like, look, this is wrong. And unless we deal with this, it's going to be a problem. Because we can see the country falling all to pieces. They don't want to deal with this, and it's just getting worse out here.
You're right. You're right.
And, I mean, when they start expelling people that ran for office, and people don't realize it's not just those people they disrespected. They're disrespecting their constituents. So they're pretty much telling them, we don't care who you vote for. We can get rid of them anytime we feel like it.
Right. And then on the, on the issue of Texas, where the governor says he's going to pardon a murderer, right after he gets the process, once you convict and all that is, I guess, a process the person has to go through. And he just told him, as soon as you finish that, I'm going to pardon him.
Yeah. And, I mean, Trump said the same thing. I'm going to pardon all these guys you convict. Roger Stone, what was the other guy's name? But all of them got a pardon because, Donald Trump said he would do that.
Yeah, because he could.
And to be honest with you, Donald Trump kind of made Barack Obama look soft by pardoning Kwame Kilpatrick. Because to be honest with you, Obama should have done that when he left office.
Well,
I mean, because we know all of that stuff that wasn't worth no 30-year term.
Right.
Because what they convicted him on was more or less perjury. They never proved that he had stole all this money and all this other stuff. But he perjured himself.
Right.
They convicted him on that. 30 years for perjury.
Right. But wait now. He was not pardoned. His sentence was commuted.
Right, commuted. Okay, got you.
There is a difference. And if he was going to do something, since it was pardoning everybody, it should have just been everybody. But there was a difference. And he still can be sent back. Kilpatrick can still be sent back to prison. So,
we got enough brothers in prison now.
Yes. Now, speaking of that, didn't the governor release some prisoners who were there because of marijuana possession? And now that marijuana is legal, she has been releasing some people.
Right. Yeah, I think she did overturn some sentences, send some people back into society. And Obama had done that on the federal level. He had commuted a lot of sentences of gentlemen that had drug convictions. And he had said, we're going to go back, relook at these cases, let these gentlemen out. But, that's necessary to do because right now with this whole drug piece,
they got a scandal going on. There's a scandal going on
it's a little crazy.
Lansing. A scandal going on in Lansing. And I'm hearing that the head of that department, since establishing marijuana as an industry, they got the medical marijuana, then they got the recreational marijuana. Anyway, it creates a whole new industry in the state. And the person that they put in charge of that department, I'm hearing was receiving some funny eyes and remarks. And wait a minute, why are you putting him over? He's crooked. He's, this and that. So now all of a sudden, the news is getting out that they never should have put him over there. And they have 4 people who have confessed, right, to wrongdoing. I think one of them is a lobbyist, or 2 lobbyists who are lobbying for the approval of this on the ballot.
Tim said we about to go to a break.
Oh, okay. Well, Those of you who are tuned in, please stay tuned. Call somebody. Tell them to tune in. Tell them to get our number and call in.
We just
We're
had
going to the bottom of the hour
guest
break
walk
for
in.
our guest who's going to be with us at the 9:30 hour. Stay tuned, and we'll be back momentarily.
It's time to do something more. Join the Detroit Police Department, either straight out of high school or make a bold career change. Officers start at $40,000, plus health insurance, paid vacation, retirement plans, and more. Apply online at joindetroitblue.org.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
Everybody settle, Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, you gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime. It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome our first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Warmer.
Wally Warmer here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the
chew
that's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit ombudsman. I am here to address all of your complaints and concerns. If you need assistance regarding city services, please contact my office at 313-224-6000 or contact us via email at ombudsman@detroitmi.gov. This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit ombudsman.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinda,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback. All right. And we are back. Thank you all for staying tuned to Feedback, the original program. We believe that people would do better if they care. Now, Mark, I guess.
Well, I just like to say one thing about feedback. You never know what's going to happen down here. Because people love the show. Everyone always watching. And this gentleman said he watches this show religiously on Monday, and he was just compelled to come down this morning and speak about the fact that family is important, and we got to get on the ball about the love. He said he was in church. This is what we have with us today is Reverend Lindsey Petty Sr. He is the pastor of Old Landmark Missionary Baptist Church. And Reverend Petty, where's that located, by the way? Pull up to the mic a little bit. Pull up to the mic.
Puritan and Myers.
Okay.
Puritan and Myers. Okay.
All right. So you were saying at your Easter Sunday, this Easter Sunday,
Yes.
you said you just didn't see enough young folks. Talk to us.
One of these pictures that I showed you, it was 13 of us.
Yes.
Wow.
And just our family would have a pulpit full of children, and most of them was petty. We had to fight to get up to do something. And here I am, 50 years in Detroit, nobody at church. To show off your dress, to show off your pants.
Right, exactly.
Dead.
The tradition is dying on us.
Dead.
Now tell them where you're from, so you know where you come from.
West Point, Mississippi.
West Point, Mississippi.
Point,
I know there's some
Mississippi.
petties out there you related to.
Yeah.
They're like, oh.
There's a petty that I know in construction.
Well, I can name a lot of
Yes.
them.
Yeah.
I don't want to take over your
Yeah, you got them all over.
but these two people that
Up to the mic a little bit, sir.
the two people that I was talking about, is a bunch of people in their neighborhood that what we call having problems with children. And a young man told me one day, he said, you know, I live on Wisconsin. He said, I look out the window at night because I have nothing else to do. He said, man, do you know what goes on in Wisconsin? He said, man, y'all are dumb.
Now, why would he say that?
Because so much is going on in my neighborhood. And
Wisconsin near Puritan?
Yes, ma'am. And we don't know what's going on. And I said, in this block, there's a man has no legs. Talented, put motors in cars. Another guy, all this talent that we have.
Okay.
But they don't go to church. You can't go. But what he would say, you all sleeping and you don't know what's going on in your own neighborhood. You laying, you don't know what's going on. And that's about action, what goes on right in your neighborhood.
And you know, Ms. Broden, as a Reverend Petty is saying, you know, Detroit is just known for churches. We always talking about, you know, it's like 5,000 churches in Detroit. And, you know, and we got some of the, you know, I mean, let's just be honest. The Hartford,
Yes,
Charles Adams, and Reverend Holly, and, you know. These are names known across the country, you know, when it comes to pastors. And, I mean, Detroit is well known for, especially for their music, gospel music, as well as the pastors. And I think what we also well known for now is the fact that we got the most single-headed household in the country. So, I mean, let's talk about how the fact that somehow we didn't push the man out of the home. And I know when I was a child, that was big. You know, men and the wife go to church. You had to go. You know, sometimes the father would stay home, but more or less, the mother knew she was going to take the children to church. And that's something, Miss Broden, I think that's like a lost thing today.
Yeah. We don't have the kind of examples of family that we have had in the past.
What I saw this morning, these two people that I observed, just looking out my window, it really stung me because I did a ministry picking people up on Sunday morning. I went east side, west side, and guess what? The kids enjoyed it. But they're looking for what I say now. We're looking for something new. But the church, what we're talking about today, I'm saying, is that the family was a church. You had to go to Sunday school.
Right.
You had to go to Bible class. You had to go all these things. But now we turn it around and say, no, y'all wasting time. But these two people I'm talking about this morning impressed me. Both of them are talented and gifted. But some of them got on the wrong track. And when they get on the wrong track, it's hard to get them back. And when parents don't show it to them, and this thing, how much people are going to the road, going under because they leave the church out. I don't care what you say. You got to have a faith.
And that's why we got to hook up. See, your church, we're going to talk to you about coming in the hood research. See, this is why the church also got to hook up with the community organizations. That way, the church don't have to try to do it all or recreate the wheel. You know, a lot of times you guys try to have various programs and things that are already out there.
Okay.
And you can send people to them programs, and they'll know, okay, if I need to know what's going on in the city, I'm going to come over here to Old Landmark Missionary Baptist Church and see Reverend Lindsey Petty, because he going to point me in the right direction. And that's really what we need, because you got so much to do as the head of the church already. You got to make sure that everything's handled at the building. You got to get all the bills paid. You got to make sure that the deacon board is doing what they supposed to do. So you're a busy man. You can't do it all, Reverend.
But that's where the hurt comes in, because I drove a church.
Up to the mic a little bit.
The church, I picked up kids from Charlevoix, bring them to church. They don't want to go home.
I know they don't.
I can't
there's somebody who cares.
That's the key word.
You done got them going. See, look at it. They're calling already. They want to talk to you.
But
because they feeling you.
I'm going to give you another thing.
Let's see what we got up here. Let's see who we talking to, Miss Bro. Who did called in and got touched by Reverend Lindsey Petty this morning? We just rolling. Yes, you're on the air with Hood Research, Theo Bro, Mark Cummings, Reverend Lindsey Petty. Feedback. Talk to us.
Hi, this is Tawana.
Hey, thanks for calling, Tawana.
Yeah, I agree with the minister. I mean, but guess what? We don't need new stuff. We need to connect the new stuff with the old stuff. I remember when you had events in the neighborhood, in the community, on the playground, and you had somebody there to supervise. And I remember elders playing checkers up until about 8 o'clock in the evening. Right. I remember kids being able to play basketball in peace. And it wasn't any drinking. You know, back then the thing was drinking. They didn't allow any alcohol on the playground. I think we can do something of that concept and getting people out into their own community and letting the children be children.
Right.
This can happen. And I'm working with Theo on a concept similar to that in our district, in District 7. And that can spread all over. I think we're on the right track, Minister, and you did something because you got out and you communicated with the community.
Yes, indeed.
And you found out information which we need to start getting back together. I want to see our children going into the facilities in our community, not having to go out to Southfield, Farmington Hills. Right. They can have the services right here.
Right.
We need our legislative leaders as well as Wayne County representatives to associate in our community. And this goes to the schools, too.
Oh, yeah.
The schools have all this money, and so many schools close. Why not bring back, you got the money, bring back those things to our community.
Indeed.
We got the places.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
well,
thank you.
That's it right there. Well, hey, look, we just got guests popping in. Now, I know I got Miss Oretta Perry coming on next because we want to talk about what's going on with business and some other things in Detroit. And Reverend Lindsey Petty, leave us with something before you go today. And you got this picture here with this huge family.
13
folks.
Siblings.
13. Yes, indeed.
Wow.
Give us a quick synopsis of your mother and father. Where are they in this picture?
The guy sitting, the little short guy. He was.
Now, what's his name?
William Petty.
That's William Petty. And what's your mother's name?
Omel Augusta Petty.
Omel Augusta Petty.
And all of us was raised by the whip.
Oh, boy.
Do you hear me?
Yes, indeed. People out there watching, they see that you care about the community over in that area. How do they get in touch with you?
First of all, we're in the middle of the block between Linden and Wyoming, in that area.
Okay.
But what hurts me is that all of my children know everybody
In the neighborhood, right.
But I can't get him to come to church.
That's okay. We're going to work on that. Look, I got his number on here. Call the church. It's at 16115 Myers. Church is 313-864-3574. That's the office. Is this home number you want to call you?
No.
Just the office?
No, call home. 931-07.
Reverend said call him at home. See,
Right.
that's why he can. 313-931-0477. Once again, as the BD would say, get your pen and pads ready for feedback. Ain't no telling what kind of information you're going to get here. 313-931-0477. Old Landmark Missionary Baptist Church. Reverend Lindsey Petty just got in his car and said, you know what, I got to go down there and thank Miss Broughton for putting this show on. And he wasn't expecting to get on the air. I said, just come on in here and tell the people what's on your mind real quick, because that's important.
Could I say this?
Please, come on, pull up to the mic, though.
I went to a church. After I got out of church, I went out at Inkster yesterday. And another friend of mine was about that. But anyway, when I went by this particular church, there was about at least 5 or 7 children out there playing. And I stopped and asked a few questions. And then when I drove away, at least 5 or 6 kids. I said, who's with you all? Your pastor. Anyway, these 6 kids were out there playing by themselves on a Sunday afternoon on Easter Friday. And I told them, do you know what Easter Friday is about? Suffering. Not shouting. Not running all over town. How good you do something. These kids had no business out there by themselves.
Unsupervised, exactly.
That got me. Yeah, when I got it.
Take us to a quick break, Brother Timmy Tim, so we can get on Sister Orena Perry. And what you got to say before we go to this break, Miss Broughton?
I am so glad that all of you tune in to Feedback, a positive image production by Hood Research. And we are going to continue in this vein. And as I say, people would do better if they cared. And thank you, Reverend, for joining us this morning. And we'll be back momentarily.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
Everybody settle. Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, there gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime. It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Wallman.
Wally Womack here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the
chew
that's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinda,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback. And we have returned. Thank you so much for staying tuned to Hood Research. And for those of you who want to call Hood Research, the number is area code 248-234-2371. And for those who want to email, contact@hoodresearch.org. Now, Mark?
Yes, indeed. And I just want to say, Hood Research, we connect everybody out down here. And it's a beautiful thing. And our next guest, folks, Arena Perry, managing member of Jado Enterprises, executing, implementing, and developing projects and events. Talk to our listeners and viewers out there. Arena Perry, talk to us. Jado Enterprises.
Well, Jado Enterprises was formed basically with my children in mind for succession. So I have created or implemented events and assisted with events all over the city. First, working with my own event, which was Jazz on the Boulevard. That was at the St. Regis Hotel years ago.
Nice.
And then starting to work with the Detroit Black Expo with Dr. Ken Harris. And then I said, and then I was producing a radio show in three cities, actually, and Chicago, Cleveland, and in Detroit.
Syndicated, huh? Wow.
Yeah, so with the Carmen show, yes, we had several locations, but I said, I was able to do this for other people. Why not do it full-time myself? Mm-hmm. And then I formed Jado Enterprise in utilizing my children's initials. So Jado is actually the first initial of my children's names. So I have 5 children. There's Joyce, Elijah, Anthony, Dez, and Lila. So that's how I formed Jado as the name. And they work with me in the company. So I'm hoping to pass this along, as we grow.
Nice.
Yes.
Now, Ms. Broughton.
Yes.
Jado Enterprises is implementing development projects. Now, we got to put on the 31st anniversary because this is our 31st year in research. And we could probably use a little help putting together an event.
We wouldn't mind helping. We would love to help. Yes.
And I was just, how do you go out and find business for? Because a lot of people are doing event planning right now.
That's right. And that's why word of mouth is important. Mm-hmm. That's why it's important to have integrity in your company where someone can refer you and say, listen, I've worked with this person before. I know that they'll get it done and execute well.
Because it sounds like some big events you've been connected to, Ms. What about the small events?
Absolutely.
Like family events?
Yes. So I've done several weddings. Actually, I did one last year. I've done birthday parties. I have a prom send-off and graduation send-off that I'm doing also this year. Preparing for our women's and men's conference. So we have a women's conference which will be celebrating its 6th year, and we're partnered with the Amazing Woman Network. And because
Sister Crystal Gunn, who we had on the show.
So Crystal and I have is collaborating this year with the I Am Experience, and it's going to be I Am an Amazing Woman conference. So we're looking forward to that this coming fall. And then the men's conference in November.
Okay, Ms. Broughton, I don't know what she was saying, Ms. Broughton, but the phone's lighting up again.
Okay.
You got us going. Let's see who we got on the line. Welcome. Your feedback with Arena Perry, Theo Broughton, Mark Cummings here, Research. Talk to us.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. That's Brother James Ford.
I just want to ask a question. Maybe, I hope it's not out of order. I just want to know, how do you join, maybe you've already answered this question, but how do I join Hood Research or make a donation? If you've already covered that, I can move on.
Well,
and that's one of our lifetime memories right there.
Okay. Well, the telephone number for Hood Research is area code 248-234-2371. We have a website, Hood Research website. We have a Facebook page. We encourage people to follow us on Twitter. Now you can join with an amount of $20. That's the annual cost for being a member of Hood Research. A lifetime membership is $300. The opportunity for being a part of Hood Research is vast, and I'm glad that you asked that. You can mail your payment here, actually, to WHPR.
160 Victor Street.
Yeah.
Highland Park.
160 Victor. Right, 48203.
Yes, indeed. Do you have a question for Sister Orena Perry? Now, this gentleman here also puts on an event every year called the Obama Weekend over at the Obama School.
Well, I just want her to take my number and give me a call. I'm the founder of the Obama Weekend, and I'll give her some information. My number is 586-918-3061. And the Obama Weekend Festival will be held at the Westminster Church on Hubbard and Outer Drive.
Okay.
The other thing I just want to say quickly is we have a lot of members from Hood Research who might want to renew their dues and pay their dues.
Yes, you
And I
do.
will say that they call in and do what they got to do.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sending my dues in. God bless you.
Yes.
This is James Ford.
Yes, indeed. And that's what we try to do. And thank you, Brother Ford. You the best.
God bless you. Please remember, send your dues in. Theo and her staff is doing everything to help the city. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Yes,
All
indeed.
right.
Indeed it is.
Thank you.
And, wow, that's why I love Hood Research, 31 years, and Miss Bro knows everybody. Matter of fact, Dr. Orena Perry, you said you met Theo Brown years ago.
I did. I met Miss Broden when I was at another event that Kari Frazier was hosting. And Kari is like a little brother to me, but I call him my big brother now because he's doing big things. So he's doing, I'm very proud of him. But I did meet Miss Broden through him.
Yes, indeed. And that's a beautiful thing. And I'm going to put together a package. I got a package in there for you to join Hood Research. I'm going to take care of that. And that's the thing. So, getting out here and event planning, because I'm telling you, everybody putting on some kind of event. We had a church put on a play just this Saturday. That's an event. And, people just don't know how to get started with events.
That's true.
It's like you got to find a hall, you got to do this, you got to do that. So, people don't want to go through all that. How do they get in touch with you? How do they begin?
They can actually, we do have a website, so they can find us on the website if they go to Jadel Enterprises, JEADL Enterprises.com. And they can also give me a call. They can call me directly at 313-221-4410.
Now, she wears a lot of hats, Miss Bro. I'm looking over here. Chairwoman of the National Business League here in Detroit, Michigan. Now, what is the National Business League? Now, talk to what is this? Is that the thing that Sister Gunn is connected to?
She is. So Sister Gunn is connected with us. Yes, we are united now as the Detroit United Front, formerly United Front, but we will be as the Detroit Michigan Black Chamber of Commerce here in Detroit. And we're going to be having some announcements coming out really soon. We're going to be doing a lot of activity this year.
Okay.
I'm excited to announce it, but we have to wait until we do our press conference.
Right, okay, got you.
We have our Sankofa that's coming back this year, which is our annual gala that will be held in November of this year.
Okay.
So, yes, Sister Gunn and I are very well connected. Yes.
Make sure you give me the information so I can post it on the Hood Research page. Let everybody know what's going on. So, folks, that's why I say it's so many organizations out there. We got to connect them with the churches. You got the Reverend Petty coming down this morning. A lot of people doing good things in the community, getting things done, and that's the important thing. We're glad to have had you on, but we want to get you back down.
Okay.
We can sit back and tell us when you got the big things planned.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. When we have our announcement in July of this year, I look forward to coming back and sharing all the details with everyone. Yes.
So what you want to leave the listeners and viewers with?
Well, if you want to change and make your events an experience, and then your moments into memories, come and call Jado Enterprises.
Got you. That's a beautiful thing.
Turn your moments into memories.
Yes,
that's nice.
I love it. I'm just glad you can. We had hoped to have you a little bit longer, but we just had a flood of people. Everybody just
that's fine with me.
Want to come on in here, but I'm telling you, folks, you got events coming up. The summer's coming up, springtime. You got Mother's Day coming up, Father's Day coming up, Memorial Day coming up, family reunions.
Did you include Mother's Day?
Yeah, just I mentioned Mother's. Look at y'all be on that Mother's Day piece. Don't
Father's Day too.
Y'all don't give us brothers a chance. I said Father's Day.
You got the book, the map.
Oh, okay.
Your
Let's do
birthday,
this real
your
quick for
birthday.
Tim. Tim jump away. What's your birthday?
December 18th.
December 18th. All right, let's see. Because this is Affirmations, folks.
Yes.
This book, 366 Days of American History.
December 18th.
Is beautiful. Ms. Broden said, get to it.
Okay. Let's see what we have.
Yes, indeed. December the 18th.
A week before Christmas every year.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, that's a big day. I'm sure some beautiful things happen on that date. And let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got
4 months
here.
before mine.
All right. Wow. 1865, on your birthday, the 13th Amendment, which abolished slavery, was ratified before Congress.
All right now.
Birthday.
Ooh,
How about
big,
that?
Big day.
Ooh, man. Ozzie Davis was born on your birthday.
Oh, wow.
That's big.
I
love it.
I love Ozzie Davis.
Yes.
1971, Jesse Jackson founded Operation Push.
Wow.
People united to save humanity in Chicago, Illinois on December the 18th.
Oh, wow.
And to round it all out, let's see what we got here. Wow, okay. Fletcher Hamilton, you like jazz?
I love jazz.
Fletcher Hamilton. Smack Henderson was the first band leader to become a famous playing jazz, and he was born in Cuthbert, Georgia.
Wow.
Folks, I love this book right here.
Oh, yes.
Go online and get it. Affirmation. 366 Days of American History. It's about black folk. We've done so much, not only for the country, but for the world.
Thank you for sharing that. That's good. That lets me know I'm still connected to my roots.
Absolutely.
Yes, you are. Tim, take us to our break. Feedback. Ms. Broden, I love this show. I love her research. I love our guests. We just make it happen. We touching people all over.
That's right. And stay tuned. Get your orange juice coffee, and we'll be back momentarily.
Who's that?
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
Everybody settle. Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, you gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime. It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome our first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Warmer.
Wally Warmer here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chin and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
That
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the...
Jim!
That's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the mini adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit.
WGPR Detroit, HD2.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinda,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback. And we are back. Thank you so much for staying tuned to Feedback, a positive image production by Hood Research. And we have now as our guest Ken Scott. And Ken Scott has some fantastic information that you or your friends or loved ones may be able to benefit from. All right.
Indeed.
Ken Scott, tell us who is Ken Scott.
Thank you, Ms. Broden, for having me on.
Sure.
Thank you, Mark. I am president of the Greater Detroit Realtors Association. I have a 2-year term coming up as of now. I am a broker for 17 years now and been in real estate for 25. Been past president of the Detroit Association of Realtors, and now I'm president of the Greater Detroit Realtors Association, which is even more just one of the things that I am the most proud of, in the sense that our charge is to increase black home ownership within the city of Detroit and surrounding communities.
Yes.
So the initiatives that we're going to have underway for the next 2 years are going to help us increase black home ownership throughout the region. We have a very aggressive schedule, a very robust schedule in order to do so. Our first event is coming up Thursday, April 13th from 6 to 9 at Mary Grove College. And we look forward to greeting the people who are renters, in some case generational renters. And we want to change that aspect in the sense that most people right now that are renting may be paying anywhere from $300 to $500 more than they should be in rent at this point in time, given the market and what it will bear. So we're offering them hope, access, and opportunity to all of the banks in the region. 8 financial institutions will be on hand in order to answer questions regarding mortgage products, down payment assistance programs, and underwriting guidelines, because underwriting guidelines have changed a great deal. The credit scores have lowered in a lot of cases for you to attain home ownership. The debt-to-income ratio has expanded in order to qualify and approve most of our community. So we're looking forward to having them on hand so those entities can explain to them why they should become a homeowner this year, 2023.
Wow. One of the banks that I've heard recently, Citizen Bank, is participating, but the African American bank that's participating is Liberty Bank. Is that correct?
Absolutely. They are one of the best kept secrets in the city of Detroit. They're one of two African American banks or black banks. They are originally chartered in New Orleans, but at the same time, they bought the old Home Federal Savings that was up on Woodward. And now they're a Liberty Bank.
Right. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's the history of that organization.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yes.
But our people need to know that there are two banks that
Absolutely.
are African American owned here in the
First
city of
Independence as well as Liberty Bank.
Right, but Liberty Bank specifically is participating in this program, and the first program is this Thursday. Is it? Are there two?
No, it's this Thursday, April 13th from
Right.
6 to 9 at Mary Grove College,
Okay.
the Madam Cadillac Hall. Again, 8 financial institutions talking about their mortgage products, down payment assistance programs, and underwriting guidelines.
Wow.
Well,
And
let them know what Mary Grove is, because everybody might not know what
Mary Grove is
College
located at the corner of 6 Mile and Wyoming. The other thing that's really, really interesting regarding the 8 financial institutions is they're offering down payment assistance, but at the same time, they're coordinating with the city of Detroit with their $25,000 down payment assistance program.
Wait. Stop. In the name of love. You said $25,000.
Up to $25,000.
$25,000. And how can someone who qualifies can benefit from that?
They have to be living in the city for a year at this point in time, or at the
Okay.
time of their application process.
Okay.
They have to have been either foreclosed on somewhere between tax foreclosed on from 2010 to 2016. Their housing ratios must be 35%, as well as being able to purchase a home, a single family home, or a duplex or a flat.
Wow.
And also be able to live in that home for 3 years.
Yeah.
Also, they must be a first-time home buyer, meaning that they must not have any interest in a home, financial interest in a home at this point in time for 3 consecutive years.
Okay, so now let's back up. A first-time home builder,
Home buyer.
home buyer can qualify.
Absolutely.
But you stated a few syllables ago here that a person who had been foreclosed on, that means somebody who had been purchasing a home
Had
some
been
years
purchasing
ago
a home or had
and
a
lost
home and
it.
lost a home due to tax foreclosure.
And it had to have happened back when?
2010 to 2016.
Okay, so anybody who lost a home through foreclosure before 2016, okay, would be considered a first-time home builder.
A
Now
buyer.
Eligible,
And they'll be eligible.
Okay, let me clear it up, because everybody's mixed up now. You done
right.
mixed up everybody out here. I'm looking at the sheet.
You're looking at
Okay,
the sheet.
long as you done
Look
lived
at
in the
the
city
sheet.
for 12 months.
Yes.
You good.
Yes.
All right.
Absolutely.
Or if you didn't live in the city for 12 months, you had to have had a foreclosed property within the city limits within
Absolutely.
2010 or 2016.
Amen.
That's what he meant. He didn't say the
Absolutely.
or and got everybody mixed up.
Amen.
So now we know. As long as you lived in the city of Detroit, you can get one of these.
All right.
But you
Absolutely.
got to meet these various financial.
And there are some income guidelines for one
Okay.
person is under, you must make under $43,740. Two people, you must make under $59,160. And why two people is important, it could be a parent and a child, as long as the income is under $59,160. The same is true of 3 people, $74,580, and 4 people up to under $90,000.
That's the
That better be a
household
child.
income, as they
That's the
say.
maximum household income.
Like if you
Okay.
got 2 people making $59,000 together, I don't know what type of house you're going to be buying.
No,
it's rough out here.
You can do really well, actually.
Under that.
So
It's
the thing-
under.
Under that.
Yeah, I saw that under that. But
Now, see,
what I'm
if-
saying
if,
is,
if you're paying rent, why can't
Yeah,
you use that
yeah.
rent money to pay on your own property?
And you brought up just an interesting point in the sense that most people, if they're paying $300 to $500 more in rent, their housing ratio is probably under 35%. So they are eligible in order to purchase a home. So their mortgage is going to be less than their rent.
And you know
what?
everybody.
That's interesting. I got family in California who just told me the same thing yesterday.
Okay.
I talked to them Easter Sunday yesterday.
Tell them to come home.
And
Yeah, you might want to.
The reason it came up was because property is so expensive in California.
Oh, absolutely.
And they got a new rule that started April the 1st. For those who own mansions, their taxes have increased. But anyway,
Well, it's strange you should mention that.
Their rent is more than the mortgage payment.
Absolutely.
Good Lord.
But you know what
And
I
like
want
I-
to say, Brother Scott, because
Go ahead.
you say you over the Detroit Realtors Association?
Greater Detroit Realtors Association.
Okay.
Meaning that we are a local branch or board of the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. We were started here in Detroit. Our 4 of our first 12 founding members were from Detroit, and our first president was from Detroit, and we're chartered here.
In Detroit.
Okay, and we're a black trade organization, a real estate trade organization that began in 1947.
Wow.
And we're still doing great things in the community.
That's
And you know, the reason I asked, Mr. Scott, is because when I bought my first home, I was 33 years old. Me and my
Okay.
wife hadn't married yet.
Okay.
But we were working together to get home. We already had 2 sons together.
Okay.
So we were heading in that direction anyway. The lady said, looked at our income. Between the two of us, it was about $50,000 at the time. This was 1997.
That was
And they were
pretty
like,
good.
oh, you can afford a home for $100,000, $110,000. Okay. So I'm looking at my income and her income, and I'm like, I know I can afford up to $100,000, but that's really going to strain our finances. And
Absolutely.
back then, interest rates were where they are now. They were high back then.
Exactly.
And these real estate agents will tell you can afford more home than you really can. Because people got to understand, you got to pay your taxes.
Absolutely.
You got to pay your insurance on the house.
Absolutely.
And you got to pay the upkeep.
Not
It's
to
different
men-
than
not-
renting.
Not
See,
to
people-
mention quality of life issues.
Exactly. So I want people to understand, when you're looking for a house, you got to take all these things into consideration. We got lucky, found a house over near 7 Mile in over the Greater Grace for $53,000.
Okay.
So people wanted to get out of that area, and we got lucky. But the homes over in that time were going for like $80,000. When I got back to Detroit for Howard University in '92, you could get these little bitty bungalows for like $16,000, $17,000. But then they passed that law that said they wasn't going to tie the property taxes to the schools. And then they just started raising the assessments on the home. Boop, boop, boop.
The Headley Amendment.
Yes. And eventually, a house that you could have got 5 years ago for like $30,000, now it's $80,000.
Okay.
And this is why a lot of people, when that 2008 hit, they were paying more for their home than they really should have been. They pushed a lot of us into subprime mortgages. I had good credit, but I still was paying almost 7% interest at the time. And see, I think it's up to you realtors. That's why I like the fact that you are part of the black realtors.
Absolutely.
So we know what black life is. It's different than the majority life. Your job, you can lose at any time. All kind of future competition. So my thing is, we got to be cautious about how much money we tell folks they can afford with us.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just because you're approved for a certain amount doesn't mean you have to spend that certain amount. And I'm a HUD certified housing counselor as well. So you have to fall within those income guidelines, but at the same time, you have to fall within your own budget. And that's some of the things that we teach with the HUD certified housing counseling class. And that's going to be conducted on Saturday, the following Saturday. So we want to make sure that people not only buy a home, but at the same time, I have the opportunity to stay in the home. Okay, so that's more important almost than just buying a home. You got to know that you can stay in that home once you purchase it.
Right. Now, the rule of thumb in the past has been twice your income when you're looking for a sale price on a property. So if you make $50,000, like they were telling you, you should be able to afford $100,000. But the question, what is the interest rate on mortgages now?
The interest rate varies from financial institution to financial institution. And to follow up on what you just stated, it's usually 30% of your income. Okay, we don't want you to go over 30% because at that point in time you start having problems. That's just like utilizing 30% of your credit card. Once you exceed 30% and what have you, you start going into a regressive situation, and we don't want you to do that. We want you to maintain a good credit score, and good credit score varies in the city of Detroit. Probably the average credit score is somewhere between 610 and 620, but at the same time, we all should aspire to the highest credit score, and that can only be done through time.
And the highest is what, 850, right?
850, correct.
Now, now the interest rate you were saying, it varies from what to what today?
It varies depending on the financial institutions. There are some that are in the 5s, 6s, whatever the case may be.
Yes,
I think the prime mark pretty much is around 7%.
Okay.
But at the same time, again, what Mark stated about being able to spend less than you're approved for, you want to make sure that you're comfortable, regardless of the interest rate, regardless of your note and everything. You want to make sure that you are comfortable spending that amount.
Well, what's interesting is the workshop for Saturday on April the 15th that you mentioned.
Well,
you being a consultant. And
two things.
That's good.
We have a two-pronged approach. Okay, first and foremost, on Thursday, April 13th, from 6 to 9 in Marygrove, you have an opportunity to comparison shop. Okay, between the 8 financial institutions.
Right.
Because each and every situation is unique.
Okay.
When we usher those people in on Thursday, we're going to find individuals that are not ready right now, are ready now, want to build up their credit a little more, or just are chomping at the bit in order to purchase a home. We want to meet them where they are, make sure that their credit score is where it is so they can attain the interest rate that they need to attain, but also attain the mortgage product that they need to attain. And as well as the underwriting guidelines, the credit scores and the debt to income ratio, because everyone's credit score is not 620 or 640. Some may fall below that and be up to the 580. Some may be below that and need some work. But at the same time, it's a work in progress. I always say preparation meets opportunity. Okay, if you're prepared and what have you, and you stay ready, then you can get ready at any moment in time when that opportunity presents itself.
That's good.
And that's one of the things. Our primary goal for Thursday is to provide hope, access, and opportunity.
Hope, access, and opportunity.
Okay.
And honesty.
Well, that goes along with it. That goes along with it.
Opportunity.
But then for those individuals that are willing to move forward and have the wherewithal to move forward, then they can attend our HUD Certified Housing Counseling class on Saturday so they can meet those lenders and get pre-approved, and they can start shopping for a home immediately after that.
You got people calling in. I mean, the lines lighting up at the last minute. They always call late. But I'm going to say this. You're doing good work.
Thank you.
You're doing that piece there. I'm glad Minister Petty came down, Reverend Petty came down today, because we got to get you guys in these churches too. That's going to bring people back to these churches when they see this type of stuff is happening. Because people can't get out to Marygrove, but they will come to church on Sunday.
Interesting you should say that. We have a partnership with the Council of Baptist Pastors of Detroit and the vicinity. We reached out to the Kojic Church, and we have a relationship with the AME Southeastern Michigan Ministerial Alliance. So, and then also we've had the pleasure over the last couple of years to reach out to the Divine Nine, or the Metro Detroit Panalytic.
Now that's a group that I have hopes that they will get involved in the political
Let's get
process.
this last call in real quick, Ms. Bro, and see who we got here. Your feedback? Brother Ken Scott is really giving you the love this morning. Theo Bro, Mark Cummings, talk to us real quick.
Hi, this is Tawana.
Hi, thanks for calling.
There's an issue I wanted to address. When I was looking for a home, I had enrolled into this program, and there's a 6-month program to help you get a home. It's a process. And then, by the same token, a realtor helped me get into another financial institution, and that financial institution was able to handle the situation right away. And I was still able to get financial assistance. And I thought that was a better route.
So did you get into the home, Tawana? Did you get in the home?
Is there, I know you gave a scenario of different situations, but I just want everybody to realize there's some institutions you can go right into and get into it.
Well, yeah, like you said, all institutes have their own various programs.
Yeah, absolutely.
But everybody need to come down and check this one out because everybody ain't giving away $25,000 down payment assistance. Really? Okay, and you want to get in on this and find out how you can be a part of this, and that's important. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Sister Tawana. You know we love you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
That's April the 13th. Thursday, April 13th. Located on 6 Mile. Some people may know it as McNichols.
There's the debate rages.
Right. Right on the corner of McNichols, otherwise known as 6 Mile, and Wyoming in the Madam Cadillac Hall. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
And the time is?
6 to 9.
6 p.m. Be there 6 p.m. Everybody knows. Tell those that you have heard are looking for something like this. And when you say $25,000, they'll say, where? They'll be interested. Thursday, April 13th. Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed. And, that's a good thing. And that's the main thing.
Mm-hmm.
Knowledge. Knowledge is not free. And when they having these programs like this, folks, get over there and get that knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Please do.
Because you need to know. I mean, owning a home ain't no joke. I'm going to tell you right now.
Right.
And that's why I say people need to get together. You need to have a mate. Doing this by yourself, ladies, ain't what's happening. I know y'all, single motherhood, we bought a house. That's cool. Get yourself a mate. Because me and my wife been married for 24 years, and that's how we paid off this house, because we worked together. Now, in our older age, we don't have that mortgage now. And see, if you plan on something, you can get it done. And then you can enjoy your older years. Now we saving money.
You're building wealth.
Exactly.
Building wealth.
And, I plan to get this house to my son and move on to something else. So that's how you do these things. Yeah. So don't get something that, is too expensive. And the good thing about Detroit is we got a lot of homes that you can get into.
Yeah, absolutely.
Depending on where you're willing to stay. You can have a starter home in some neighborhoods. You can get a house for $20,000. That ain't some of these $1,000 homes that they got with the,
And like Miss Perry said in the previous segment, you need to have a succession plan.
Yes.
You need to have a succession plan. Yeah. I mean, you can't just be dealing in the now. You have to be dealing in the future as well. Looking forward to the future and building wealth and leave a legacy for your children.
Right. And if someone who wants to contact you,
okay, we're asking everyone that's interested in the Thursday workshop to text their full name, their first and last name, to 313-244-5744. Again, that's 313-244-5744. Text your first and last name, and we will have you registered, and your name will be at the door once you come in. Also, you can also register on our website, which is www.greaterdetroitrealtist.com. That's REALTIST.com. That's GreaterDetroitRealtist.com.
Do you also have a Facebook page?
We do have a Facebook page.
Are you actively?
We are updating it.
Update that.
okay.
I'll go to the website and download the information. I'll share it on our page.
Absolutely.
Page.
No. Absolutely.
But we also need to understand social media is big now. Everybody just go straight to Facebook or Instagram and stuff. Yeah. They almost like the internet don't even exist with the www thing.
Exactly. I know. Now I do have to say this. If you want to participate on Thursday, April the 13th, 6 p.m., in the Madam Cadillac Hall at Marygrove College on McNichols, known as 6 Mile in Wyoming, and you cannot text ask one of the children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, cousins, somebody. If you can't find one of them, is there a phone number that they can call?
They can still call the same number. We just prefer that they text.
Oh, okay.
But if they want to find out information, they can also call and we'll return their phone call. The 313-244-5744.
Ah, okay. That's good to know.
Yes.
Because unfortunately, we still have some computers in the corner in the box, and they keep saying, take me out, take me out. I know your loved one gave you this computer, but you got to learn how to use it. Excellent. Wayne County Community College teaches it free for anybody 60 years of age or older.
Very much so.
And we have to let people know that so they won't have a problem when you say, text me. Yeah. Exactly. 244.
And keep in mind that one of the objectives that we have, by you coming to this seminar, you're saving time and you're saving money. You know what the process is because it'll be explained to you as it relates to the application process, the mortgage process, the down payment assistance, the underwriting guidelines. And again, we just want you to have hope, access, and opportunity.
Hope, access,
and learn how to organize.
Opportunity.
And you also got a class, you said, on the 15th, right?
On the 15th from 9 to 3 on that Saturday. We'll be in the same building, so you don't have to veer from anything or you have to find it again. You can go over Thursday and Saturday, excuse me.
Oh, okay.
Saturday,
Great.
9 a.m. in the morning to 3. That's a class.
9 to 3. That's a class.
What's your birthday, real quick, Mr. Scott?
January 14th.
Good. That's a close one, so we can get this done. And then we got 3 minutes left. And real quick, on your birthday, Brother Ken Scott.
Yes.
1940. Horace Julian Bond, civil rights leader, born in Nashville, Tennessee.
Well aware.
Bond.
Well aware.
All right.
1975, William T. Coleman was named U.S. Secretary of Transportation by President Gerald Ford. And James Frank of Lincoln University in Missouri became the first African-American president of the NCAA in 1981. Who knew? All right,
what is that again?
NCAA president. Yeah, that brother there.
A black man?
A black man, yes. In 81. How about that?
1981.
January 14. Let me get his name again. Y'all made me bounce off the page.
Uh-oh.
His name was, James Frank. Of Lincoln University. You went to a black college, too.
Yeah, that's a HBCU.
Yes, indeed. So, folks, we got 2 minutes, Miss Broden. Shut us down.
Well, thank you all so much for tuning in today to Feedback, a positive image production by Hood Research. We believe that people would do better if they knew better. We also believe that people would do better if they cared. And we work diligently to bring as many people to you who do care, who want to share, who want to give us information and that will be beneficial for us to have and to share throughout the community. And we also want to let you know that it's not necessary for you to know everything. What is necessary is for you to know how to find what you need when you need it. And we at Hood Research seek out as much information as we can to share with you and encourage you to share with us and to tune in. We have a conference call on Saturday. The phone number for Hood Research is area code 248-234-2371. Again, 248-234-2371. Join us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Mark, you have a last moment to say?
Folks, Henry Tyler going to post this on YouTube in a few days. It'll be there in perpetuity. You can always come back, catch the shows. I want you guys to share our shows, put them out there. Hood Research members, share the show with all you people. We need to be up there at least 500 views on these shows. Let's get it going out there. That's how we show the love. Just want to thank all the guests real quick once again. Reverend Petty, Sister Arena Perry, and Brother Henry Scott.
Ken Scott.
Oh, my God. Right. My mind, it's early in the morning. I didn't get enough rest last night. Ken Scott.
All right.
Detroit Realtors Association.
That's right.
Black folks doing things.
Join Hood Research, and we'll be back here next Monday.
Engineer, he the man.
That's right.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton.
And I am the BD Mpinga.
Inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
A positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback, feedback, feedback.